Good morning, Namaskar. I am Naveen Sharma. I welcome you all to my YouTube channel UPSC by Naveen Sharma. Beta, we are starting this class only for those students who thought that history course is very vast, which thing we have to study, which thing we have to neglect. So basically, this class is for that one. In this class, I discuss every aspect of ancient India, medieval India, modern India, and art and culture. You also got some classes of world history also in these classes. All the classes are free of cost. Every day I hope that one class would be there. So please join this class, and I promise one thing, after these classes you get a big importance notes, and also you get that your dream of UPSC, you found that in history background you got some success. Okay, so beta, in our first class we want to start with advent of Europeans. I hope if you are aware with the UPSC pattern, this topic is very important for you. In this topic, what we have to discuss? We have to discuss about need of advent, why the Europeans want to advent India, the route of arrival, previous trade routes and its problem, the Portuguese and Spain legacy, the Dutch and their policy, the English and their journey traders to ruler, why Britishers were more successful than others, the Danes Company, the French and their success and failure, and relations of Europeans with Indian rulers. So basically, beta, this topic is help you in your pre-exam also as well as in your mains exam. So let's start our topic. So beta, firstly, if you show this map, you found that there have Mughal Empire ruling on that time on India. In Afghanistan and nearby area of Iran, you found a Safavid Empire, and above it you found a red place known as Ottoman Empire. So when the Ottomans captured this area, so basically trade route of Europe and India now came in their hand. So that reason now Europeans need a separate route, especially Portuguese and Spain's, who were very orthodox, and they were not want that trade route would be in hand of Muslims. So that reason they start a new trading route. For that, a new journey of discovery of new places start. Okay, so firstly we have to thought about need of advent. The heavy demand of Indian spice in European market. I hope so you would aware that in European land there have no spice production would be there. So that reason they were totally depend on India and nearby countries. Secondly, high margin taken by the Arab merchant. When this trade happen through the urban countries, so they take a high benefit. So that reason the cost of Indian goods is very high in European market, especially spice. Okay, fourth point, 15th century spirit of Renaissance, new birth of Europe arrived. So the European thought that now they thought that they were supreme than others. Renaissance, the old customs were break down and some new legacy born in Europe. So that reason this is a perfect time to do something more. To decrease control of Ottoman Empire on trade, so that reason they need to invent a new route. And prosperity, because beta they are living a high luxurious goods, high luxury life, so they need more and more beautiful things, more and more precious things. So that reason they start a new journey. Okay, what were the basic steps towards the advent? Basically beta, you have to focus on one thing, that scientific discovery of shipbuilding and navigation when held. Then it was the time that you can travel through the big ships and navigation tools. Agricultural development improved the plug, and so that reason now the production of agriculture items also increase. So that reason they have development start in Europe and other area. Okay, so you have to remember some names. First name is Prince Henry of Portugal. He got a bull from Pope Nicholas V. I hope so. If you check the image, you found Prince Henry the Navigator. He got a bull by Pope Nicholas. So this bull means that now you conquer the world and you have to discover the unknown region of the world. So that region, the Prince Henry of Portugal, is known as Henry the Navigator also. The Portuguese navigator Bartholomew Dias, you have to underline this name, Bartholomew Dias. He reached the southern tip of Africa and he gave it name Cape of Good Hope. 1488 he discovered that place. 1492 Christopher Columbus, I hope so you always remember this name. He is the person who discovered America, a person who discovered West Indies. Okay, 1492 he reached West Indies and he called that place as a new world. Okay, and he reached there by his ship Santa Maria. You have to remember this name, Santa Maria. America is named after Amerigo Vespucci. He was an Italian explorer. Okay, when this kind of discoveries were going on, the Treaty of Tordesillas held in 1494 between Portugal and Spain. By this treaty, they both divided the world empire by one imaginary line. Okay, and by this line, it is said that the area of east from this line is belongs to Portugal, and area from west of this line is belongs to the Spain. Okay, so now we have to discuss that which company arrived in India, what were their order. So beta, firstly Portuguese company arrived, then Dutch, then British, then Danes, and then French. So PDB-DF, these were the level in which the company arrived in India. Okay, so if we discuss about the Portuguese company, when this company arrived and who was the first person who arrived by this company. So beta, name of that person is Vasco da Gama. 20 May 1498, Vasco da Gama arrived at western sea coast of India. That time this coast is known as Kozhikode. In local language people call it Calicut. So he reached Calicut. That time beta, in Calicut the Hindu rulers were there and their family title was Jamorin. So you have to focus on that one, that time the ruler of Calicut was Jamorin. He was a Hindu ruler. Jamorin basically is title, so focus on that one. Okay, so how he reached? When he reached at Cape of Good Hope, he found one Gujarati traveler there. His name was Abdul Munid. So by help of Abdul Munid, Vasco da Gama able to reach India, especially Calicut. He got 10 times profit when he get some goods, spices from Calicut, and he reached Lisbon. That time beta, Portuguese capital was Lisbon. So he got a very big profit that time. So that reason many travelers also want to arrive in India. In 1500, the first Portuguese mission reached India. Okay, underline that one. First Portuguese mission reached India in 1500. This mission led by Pedro Alvarez Cabral. Focus on that person. Pedro Alvarez Cabral lead that mission. This mission also fought a small battle with Arabs. In this, they took 1 year. They captured one ship of Arabs and gifted that ship to Jamorin as a gift. So now they get some trading right also, right to open factory also. So in this time period, first Portuguese factory was established in Calicut. Second factory of Portuguese established in Kannur by Vasco da Gama in 1502, and third one in Cochin. So sometime in UPSC exam, the order of factories were given and you have to rearrange it. So beta, first factory in Calicut, second in Kannur, and third one in Cochin. So Calicut, Kannur, and Cochin were the starting factories of Portuguese. Okay, Portuguese also known for their cartage system. Okay, 1502 the cartage system started. Cartage means the Portuguese monopoly system, that every ship who travel from the Portuguese area, they have to take trade license from the trade permit from the Portuguese. So cartage is basically just like a permit system. If I talk about the first Portuguese governor, your answer would be Francisco de Almeida. Underline that name. He followed blue water policy. It means that he don't want to interfere in the matter of other. But you have to underline one thing, that when Portuguese arrived in Calicut, the local traders of Calicut that time, Arabian traders and Gujarati traders were there. They were not happy with the Portuguese company. So that reason 1508 one battle was fought. This is known as Battle of Chaul. Okay, Chaul, Battle of Chaul. In this battle, the son of Francisco de Almeida, Loreno de Almeida, was died. He was killed by Egypt and Gujarat merchants. So that reason, after a 1 year in 1509, Francisco de Almeida took the revenge and he defeated both companies, Egypt's and Gujarati merchants, in the Battle of Deep. So you have to focus on that one. What were the success of Francisco de Almeida? But he sieged Aden, Ormuz and Malacca. Also he built a fort in Anjadiva, Cochin, Kannur and Kilwa. So first company who established the fort in India was Portuguese. Okay. He also gave advice that Anjadiva, Cochin and Kannur and Kilwa would be the fort made. Now comes on the real founder of Portuguese power, Alfonso de Albuquerque. He was the real founder of Portuguese power in India, also known as founder of Portuguese Empire. He was the second governor of Portuguese. When he arrived, so focus on one thing, when he arrived, he wanted to create strategic control on Indian Ocean. So that reason, he start many things, new things in India. He start shipbuilding centers. He is successful to capture Goa from Ismail Adil Shah, the Sultan of Bijapur. But this question previously asked by the UPSC, that the Goa was captured by Alfonso de Albuquerque from which ruler? So Ismail Adil Shah. He was the ruler of Bijapur. Okay, in this battle, he got a company of Krishan Dev Rai, the ruler of Vijayanagar. Okay, so I hope if you aware that event, he was contemporary of that time in India. There have Mughal Empire was in starting phase. In Goa, he succeed to stop sati system. So first it is also a very important question for you, that first European governor who stopped sati system in his area. Your answer would be Alfonso de Albuquerque. He also asked Portuguese to marry with Indian women because he wanted to settle Portuguese permanently in India. He also person who responsible to make new roads, and he started irrigation work of tobacco and cashew nuts in India. Okay, so many good things done by him. In his period, coconut production is also increased. He established educational institution for natives. He started Portuguese mint in Goa. Okay, so many big things done by the Alfonso de Albuquerque. He known for his development work, but he criticized because he hate Muslims a lot. Okay, next important governor of Portuguese power is Nino de Cunha. He arrived as a new governor in 1529. Okay, most important thing about him, that 1530 he shifted Portuguese headquarters Cochin to Goa. So beta first Portuguese headquarters was Cochin, but later in period of Nuno de Cunha, Goa is declared now Portuguese official capital. When he helped Bahadur Shah of Gujarat in conflict with Humayun, Cunha got due, but when Bahadur Shah wanted to build wall of partition, the conflict between Portuguese and Bahadur Shah started. Okay, so Nino de Cunha called him that you please come to meet and sign a friendly treaty, and at here he killed Bahadur Shah, the ruler of Gujarat. So that reason he didn't criticize for this event. In 1534 Basin and 1535 Div was won by them. In his era, Portuguese power also increased in Bengal in Hooghly area. Okay, now we have to discuss what were the policies of Portuguese Carthage Armada Kafila system. But you have to focus on three words. Carthage means permit system to do trade by ship. Other than Portuguese had to pay duty. You don't believe, but that time when Portuguese were on top level, the one cartage free is given to Mughal ruler also. Armada. For safety of other ship, Portuguese provided Kafila system, order in which Portuguese ship provide security to other ship. They called themselves as owner of sea. No other ship had right to carry black pepper and ammunition in the Portuguese area. So beta, this is about the Portuguese power. In today's first part, we are discussing about the Portuguese power. Now we have to discuss why Portuguese empire fall in India. First one, limited resource. The Portuguese company and Portugal, I hope so, if you show the world map, you found that a small place was there. So that reason they limited resources also the problem. Second one, intolerance in matter of religion. When Portuguese got power, they tried to establish Christianity in India. So all the temples of Goa was broken by them, and the institution of Inquisition established by them in Goa. So that reason they were criticized for spread the religion Christianity in India. Tough competition with other companies. Fifth one, defective administration system full with corruption. This was the major reason why Portuguese fall. Discovery of Brazil. When the Portuguese discovered Brazil, they moved towards Brazil. So that reason their control on India also decreased. And the ending phase they settled only in some areas of Goa, Daman and Diu. Incompetent successor of Albuquerque. After Albuquerque, this company not get a person like him. So finally they lost many areas, like in 1602 they defeated by Dutch in Battle of Bontham. It was some important battles which fought by the Portuguese. Battle of Bontham, in this they defeated by Dutch. After Dutch won Malacca fort and whole Sri Lanka. Kashim Khan captured Hooghly from them, and so at the end they were ruling only on Goa, Daman, Diu till 1961. Result of Portuguese Empire. They started conversion of Hindus in local peoples on high level. Till 1540 all temples of Goa destroyed by them. 1542 Sant Xavier arrived India with the Portuguese governor Martin de Souza. Christian missionaries mission also sent in court of Akbar. 1560 institution of Inquisition was established in Goa. Due to them, trade between India and Japan started. They started printing press in India. Potato, papaya, sweet potato, almond, etc. were bought by them in India. They told others power to valuability of navy. So beta, these were the basic thing which we get from Portuguese. So if this question arrived in your mains that Portuguese started their empire, they got so many areas, but why they failed? So you have so many points to write down. So today I am giving a one question to you. You have to write that why Portuguese were not successful as much as British successful in India. Okay, you have to write this answer of this question in our comment box. Okay, so in next video we discuss about the second company. Okay, Dutch and British. So please, if you like this video, please give your comment, also subscribe this channel.